I'm Connell McShane here in New York, and it is the affordability stupid, right? The economy stupid. Well, that is the issue now, affordability. President seems to know it. Clearly frustrated today. If you watched his comments, ripping the Democrats, also ripping the media coverage today over the cost of living. Comes after Democrats put affordability front and center and swept through the off-year elections this past Tuesday. It is time indeed now for the Daily Take as Geraldo Rivera joins us. But also special Friday bonus. Hello, Geraldo. NewsNation political contributor Chris Cillizza is also with us today. So welcome, Chris. Let me play this clip from the president on this affordability question. He was there with Viktor Orban today, and when they started asking him questions about this, the frustration started to build. Here's President Trump.
If you look at affordability, which they campaigned on, they lied because they talked about, oh, prices are up. No, prices are down under the Trump administration, and they're down substantially. Energy prices are down by 30, 35, 40%. Gasoline is way down. The reason I don't want to talk about affordability is because everybody knows that it's far less expensive under Trump than it was under Sleepy Joe Biden.
All right, so he's getting angry. Chris Cillizza, I'll start with you. I mean, we could go through it one by one, but we all know that much of what he said today is just simply not true. You know, that gasoline is not near $2. It's over $3. That grocery prices are not down, they're up, at least if you average them all together. That the Walmart, idea that the prices are lower than they were last Thanksgiving is misleading. That's a promotional discount Walmart's putting into place. So it's a frustrating issue for this president after Tuesday night, it seems, Chris.
It is. And, look, he's always had a casual relationship with the truth. I mean, that's not anything new for the last decade. What I would say, though, is that, are there things he could hand pick to say are lower? Yes. Look, he is right on eggs, for example. Egg prices surged, by the way, in the spring, right, when he was president, but they are way down. I think the reality of the situation is if you really gave Donald Trump truth serum, his frustration is the fact that the president can only do so much as it relates to, making housing prices more affordable, making egg prices more affordable, making health care more affordable. Yes, a president can do more than any other elected official, but the truth of the matter is these are very complex markets. You can't just and fix it. It's much easier when you are a candidate to say, well, Joe Biden doesn't know what he's doing, and that's why everything costs so much. It's harder when you're the president to affect real, distinct change across the board. If I had to guess, that's the real root of his frustration here.
Right, and especially when you come in and say, day one, it's going to be down, and and now you kind of back yourself into a corner. Thoughts, Geraldo?
Well, I have a lot of things to say about the opening of the government. In terms of the cost of living and affordability, it clearly was the issue that swept Mamdani into City Hall. It's a huge issue among folks, all across the country, not just in New York City. It seems that inflation seems stuck at 3%, around 3%. Which is a corrosive amount, although not as alarming maybe as it was a year or so ago. But folks are definitely feeling the squeeze, and there's a kind of pessimism going into the holiday season. Maybe it'll turn around. I'm not a soothsayer, but it just seems to me that there is a real stubbornness to the economy, and it's even worse than that. Let me just correct myself. There seems to be a kind of annoying pessimism that's growing a little bit. Fewer jobs available to people, wages not going up. There seems to be not quite the buoyancy that we're used to. And I think that's very frustrating to the president because it's very frustrating to the American people, Connell.
No doubt. You said you had a lot to say about the government opening up. Let's talk about that, because Schumer came out this afternoon. He said, well, the way you're going to open it up is that we're going to extend, or you should extend these ACA credits, the Obamacare subsidies, for a year, and then we Democrats will vote to open it up. So start us off, Geraldo, and then we'll see what Cillizza thinks of this as well.
Sounds good to me, dude. Sounds good to me. I mean, at least it's something. It's something, I said I wanted the Democrats to declare victory and graciously, give the votes needed to continue the government a couple of days ago. Then the election happened. It was clear that the Republicans were out of step with the majority of certainly the areas that voted and the blue areas of the country. But it's very clear. It just seems to me that this deal that Schumer offered today makes practical sense. Yes, they get another year. Democrats get another year of subsidized Obamacare premiums. I get that. That's a give. That's a give by the Republicans. But in return, the Democrats will give the votes necessary to open the government, to have a continuing resolution, and in a year they can fight it out again, or in 6 months, or in 9 months. But open the damn government now. Get the, the lines are growing at the airports. There's, disruption spreading now, like it's metastasizing through the American system. Right. And there's bad news ahead unless they fix this thing. You can't run a government that doesn't fund itself.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.